Hello, welcome back to the FESS Showcase, where we look at publishers, games, mods, and always a few other things. Whoopee! Last year, I thought to myself as I worked on the last minutes edition video, which was quite fun, by the way, could I do something similar, yet different, to look at a handful of games throughout the year? To this end, I thought about doing a genre showcase like what we have here today. Sometimes, in the selection of games available to me, unreleased or released, there's a genre that stands out as having enough options that can't really be shown back to each other without feeling too samey. So today, we're going to be looking at several games that carry the tag and genre of survival horror. Originally coined by Capcom in their marketing and release for the original Resident Evil, survival horror is a subgenre that draws from action, adventure, and horror titles to create an experience that puts danger in the player's path, where you are more than likely under-equipped for the situation, but you more than likely also have some way to deal with the situation. But see, that's what makes survival horror games so great. Unlike traditional horror games, you don't always have to run away, and you do have a chance to possibly fight back. With all this in mind, here are some survival horror games that you may or may not have seen yet. If we're talking about survival horror, let's truly throw it back to the original Resident Evil with its fixed camera angles and tank controls. This is Phase Zero by Spina Studios, and published by Superhot Presents. Phase Zero takes place in the town of Flint Peak, where a fleshy and grotesque illness of sorts has taken over, and it could be up to you to stop it, or simply survive the monsters that have been created and are now hunting down any survivors. The demo for the game takes place in one of these sequences, with the full game focusing on two survivors of the event, Mary, a reporter, and Guy, an amnesiac. In our case, we start as Guy in a hospital filled with flesh monsters and puzzles to solve in order to reach the exit and meet up with the enigmatic Alex, a hospital employee apparently stuck in the basement, yet wearing a yellow hazmat suit. As you traverse the hospital as Guy, there are various puzzles to solve and areas to check out, with a shotgun being our primary weapon and ammo being plentiful enough. Move towards objects to put. I don't really want to move this. I don't think that's a good idea. I know I probably should go in here, but I was just in here. And you're all dead now, right? No worries. Was there a bed in this room before? Yeah, all of you should be down and out. Someone lying here earlier. Okay, that's important, possibly. Search insurance plan, a card, and a letter. Mr. Guy, Mr. Guy, ineligible because of blood. As your employer, I hereby provide the details of your insurance under the name ineligible. Flint Peak Docks. Unfortunately, I need to point out that this has been the third time your negligence has caused a work-related accident. As such, terminate your contract with Flint Peak Docks. Please return to your workers' quarters at your earliest convenience to begin your relocation from the premises. Signed, Herbert Pierce. And we have a keycard now that we can use. Okay. And then we can just look at this, examine, access clearance areas. It's funny because it's like you're at the very beginning of any survival horror game. You have to decide. Like usually, you're stuck with a pistol. This game is like, yeah, we're just gonna give you a shotgun. Do with it as you wish. Locked. I mean, this is blocked too. Locked. I'm out of ammo now. Did I just do something really dumb? I just did something really dumb. I'm now out of ammo. So now we gotta leave But I needed the key card, so... Oh, first aid kit.
Hey! You there! I see you!
Hello?
Listen,
Hello.
the elevator's stuck. You need to use the stairs.
What? Who are you?
I'm an employee here. I'm trapped in the basement.
What is going on here?
Try to reach the exit. I'll see you there.
Wait,
Wait, if you're stuck in the basement, then how are you going to see me there? I don't... Can I look at any of these lockers? Ransacked. Taking a hurry, nothing useful. But there's this. Restore health. Oh! I like that mechanic. So you're not really carrying around health. You're just carrying... You go to the medical bags. You might be able to carry health, though. And a signal should there be an emergency broadcast. And we have more shotgun ammo. Let's load it. 4. So I better... be a good shot. As Guy makes his way through the hospital in the demo, a few things are made clear. The first thing is that metal near an MRI machine is probably not a good idea, and it's much worse if it's inside said MRI machine. The second is that Alex may not be super trustworthy as the basement of the hospital is covered in a fleshy substance, pointing at something not being right here. In the end, Guy simply leaves Alex, and while this might only be here in the demo, it's a fitting end to this short look at the whole of Phase 0. Moving beyond the story, the controls for the game feel good to use, which is important since moving around and shooting rely on the implemented tank controls. Phase 0 recommends that you use a controller, meaning movement is mapped to the D-pad, and much of the other options are using your 4 key buttons of choice, whether A, B, X, and Y, or any of the other buttons on a PS4 controller. There were points where this control scheme did make some sections slightly more difficult than I would have preferred, but these issues were few and far between after the first few minutes of playing and learning said controls. I don't know, something it being locked like this makes me think that I'm supposed to go over here and push it. And it's giving me a red line, it's making me follow the red line, so yeah. Oh. Let's go in here. Hi, lady. You're completely put out. What are the... Oh, shotgun ammo. I will take you. Go in here. Trying. So pretty much it's one of those... Go in the room and find stuff. If you... Just take a second. Nope. Dude looks like he's suffering. But I think we should probably just keep pushing. I feel like this is going to open up another door. Okay. Hey, nurse. Question why? Oh, I know what we're doing. Thank you. I know what we're doing, and this is going to be very gruesome and get gross very quick. Can you guess what we're doing? Because I just know. Welcome to or this is an MRI machine. If you know what an MRI machine is, good for you. An MRI machine is a magnetic, I think it's radio imaging. It's not radioactive, it's just a giant magnet. It's huge, and it's powerful, and there's a reason why you don't put metal. Yes. No, it's fine. Yes, the patient feels comfortable. Yeah. That's why you don't put metal in an MRI machine. If you didn't know. And if you didn't know, now you do. So now we're just gonna head on down. And hope this hospital doesn't need that MRI machine anytime soon. Otherwise, it's a bit messy, and they probably are out of luck. But anyway, ground floor time. Reception. Can I just leave? It's all blocked. You said just to go out to the front door. Another thing of note in Phase Zero is the art style. The art direction and style make the player feel like they're interacting with a retro title in one of the best ways. A low poly aesthetic works here, with even the flesh having its own look and feel that shows the player just how far this illness has taken over the town. Additionally, this sort of feeling of dread is helped by the use of fixed camera angles, which limit the player's view but don't hinder you from moving around or checking out other open parts of the map. In the hospital alone, I wanted to explore every room I could find, to make sure that I had enough supplies to survive. And while there was an abundance of medical kits, the ammo is more scarce, pushing the player to run fast, shoot later, instead of running into every situation guns blazing. But while this was the case, each room felt like people used to work here, and made these spaces their own, like the staff room on the first floor. No one expected this to happen, but newspaper clippings bring up strange findings which could be cause for concern. In the end, I'm looking forward to Phase Zero's full release because I want to learn more about this town and what caused so many people to meet their end here due to this so-called illness. Now, I've brought up strange games on this channel before, with many being shown on the FE Saturday Showcase, but I think Tenebris Somnia by Andres Borki and Saibot Studios might be up there on the weirdness tier list. Published by New Blood Interactive, Tenebris Somnia is a 2D retro survival horror adventure game which asks the question of what if they're not nightmares. What's really fun and unique about this game is the live-action cutscenes that appear at various key points in the story, and when you interact with certain items. From the game's Steam page, these scenes were created with real actors and practical effects by an award-winning film crew from Argentina. These scenes add to the atmosphere and environment as they show just how far the game is willing to go to be disturbing, but also give us elements that won't come through as well in just 2D. Frame had the photo we took at the premiere of a short film. Handcraft I gave to him, especially to the ground. Put my heart in this present. Nothing important. The glass. I'm assuming what we want to do is combine this with this. And then I need iron. We could probably use blood. Let's use blood. The closest blood we have is here. So we can probably do this, use it. Use the blood. Oh, the own blood will do. And then I'm assuming use it on the door because it said to. This is not blood. Hard wax. Are you in there, Evan? Oh, I need to put it by the sun. Don't know why. Liquid in the glass turns strange color and gives off a lot of heat. Anti-Orisaccio. Is that what it's called? Orisaccio. I don't know what this does. Belt said I can enter now, but do I want to? Maybe those weren't just nightmares. Ivan, what did you do? The computer screen shattered. Looks like he vaporized himself. Remote control for the TV, it's stuck to the table. It's got no batteries. We were playing the moment of a relationship. I needed to see something flourishing because our relationship was dying. Let's see, Ivan let it die once I left. And cell phone is stuck to the floor. Battery's dead. So all the batteries are dead. Also, when we used in the short film, it's all over the place, and there are some things missing. Looks like I haven't wrote it. I can't forget her, no matter how hard I try. I can't forget Julia. Ever since she left, I do nothing but think about her and suffer her absence. They promised that they would help me forget her. They say the first step is to descend through the elevator to the lowest floor. But someone is going to help them forget me. What have you done? What kind of lunatics have you messing around with, Ivan? Something on the floor. The rest of this hard stone. It looks like a human mark. Drawer from canisters in the box. It's empty. You gotta be kidding me. Whole house is now locked. Locked, has engraved symbol. Everything is sealed, essentially. And who opened the door? There's a question. What? That thing looked like a creature that gutted Ivan in my nightmares. It tried to kill me. Was everything a dream real, or am I still dreaming? The story begins with Julia heading to her ex-boyfriend's apartment after witnessing disturbing nightmares of his death, where she takes her key and opens up a door leading to what may seem like a version of hell with no way out. Moving through the apartment, everything seems completely fine, at least for the most part, with puzzles waiting to be solved and a strange substance blocking the door to the studio. After taking some time to solve a few puzzles and see a few strange things, opening that door starts the chaos as the rooms begin to shift and the apartment complex opens up to you. It also leads to the first appearance of a creature, which opens its large mouth and chases after you, but it can be taken out with a few hits of a wrench. With everything having changed, you are now pushed toward the elevator, with your next destination being up to whether you grab the last important item or you are willing to go deeper and deeper. I know I could bring mirrors, you know. I mean, I could just, in theory, do this. But nope. It works, okay. Just want to... Oh. Bye, Mr. Demon. Now we have no power. In that room, it seems, at least. Back up. Why are there two? I don't know why there are two. We're gonna pretend there aren't. Use. Letters are in. Now I gotta run past two enemies. Love that they won't attack me in here, though. That's great. I prefer when I can just have some time to relax, you know? Two, bone, H. What? Oh, okay. I know what the issue is. It's two. This moon. This H. Opens the door. Hello. Julia. Hurry up. There's still time to save Ivan. They took him to the depths of the Desiderium. How do you know my name? Who are you? Someone who got tired of being stepped on. My name is Sanguise. Are you with those monsters? No, not anymore. I tried to stop them, but there are too many. Who are they? We are the Relicta. Get closer, it hurts me to speak loudly. Who are the Relicta? We contacted Ivan and offered to remove a part of his soul. The part that is obsessed with you in a sickly way and does not let him move on. And we did it, but Ivan was scammed. He did not know that the ritual gave us greater control over him. It was horrible, as always. I am a minor Relicta, a pawn ignored and humiliated by my own people. I was always trampled by those who have power, and I can't stand to see how they abuse others anymore. But I wasn't about to stop them. I took Ivan to the lower depths of this place, out of his memories, the Desiderium. Find him before they start consuming his flesh. From here, you are left to your own devices, moving up and down in the elevator from floor to floor as you try to figure out A, what to do next, and B, what is truly going on here. Is there a way to save Julia's ex-boyfriend? What is the cause of all these monsters and demonic entities? Can she make it out alive whether anyone is saved or not? What makes Somnia unique are these cutscenes, but it also captures the retro vibes that come with 2D adventure games and older survival horror games, like the original Resident Evil. Honestly, the most horrifying thing to see was that monster standing in the doorway in live action, as I thought it would be the end of the story, or at least the demo, right then and there. Plus, the practical effects just look really good, and mixing them into a survival horror game like this just feels right. This game is one of those on this list that I'm really looking forward to since I like games from New Blood, and Somnia just looks good and plays really well, so I can't wait until the release of this one. Sometimes it's only fitting to dive into the strange and the weird once you stick your toe in. This next game is Mindscorn, a psychological survival horror adventure by Mystic Crafts, where you play a journalist who has just arrived at the Royal Vale Hotel in order to both find a story and investigate a series of disappearances. With the hotel having reopened after its closure a few years prior due to an emergency evacuation by the authorities, due to a possible inbound meteor strike, something is happening in the dark. However, from exploring the hotel, I can tell you it was a joy to just experience. There are various notes on bodies strewn across the place that tell the stories of these victims who suffered under whatever occurred in these halls. Additionally, the placement of some bodies tells a greater story than whatever could be just told to the player, such as the body of someone who tried to turn on the generator but was disemboweled, or someone who simply needed to use the restroom when the monsters don't stop for anyone or any situation. Let's say a body was dragged through here. Well, that would be the thudding, huh? Yeah, there's a body. There's a key next to the body. If you need extra fuel for the generators, please check the shelf with the staff at reception. The storage room there should have some fuel. Supplies are limited, so please only take what is necessary. When transporting the fuel, handle it with care to prevent any spills. What did I just pick up? Reception. Why? What are you? Oh, I have to reload it fully. Oh, crap. I don't like this. You dead? Reloading is fully manual. That is fun, but also scary at the same time. Nothing else in here. I just came in here and luckily I found what I needed. Cool. I don't know what the key to this would be, so don't wanna. One missing officer. She's dead with no visible wounds. How did he die? I'll just search. You found a bandage. I don't know what my health is at. Okay, I guess we're getting a lot of ammo. Looks like this game wants to be at least somewhat nice. But that also means the game wants to be a little mean. what I said by mean. I got chomped on. See, like, they don't... you don't just get free anything in a survival horror game. But if you're going to give me free ammo, I'm going to use it. One of the things that I liked most about my time with the game's demo that remains into the full game is the use of manual gun reloading. Unlike a lot of other games that just hand you a gun, pressing R doesn't just refill the gun for you, with it simply bringing up the firearm for you to reload instead. Each press of the left mouse button adds a bullet, so some situations pushed me to load up a few bullets to take out a singular enemy as I backed away before stepping away from another situation or conflict to make sure I was fully loaded and ready for it. And talking about enemies, the trailer for the finished game shows a variety of enemies from creepy mannequins to bloody statues, but I got to deal with strange fleshy creatures with bodies that contained vertical mouths to swallow their prey whole. They move somewhat fast when they want to, and essentially revive themselves every so often, such that I didn't have too much time to think or stay where I am. Now, I don't know if this revival, or the revival in general, is meant to be a thing, but it did throw me off guard when it happened. There's a rat. Okay, so go down here, staff only. We have the key, I think. There's a smell. Oh, I can't smell that through. Someone gripped a part. Who could have done this? What the hell happened here? Found the generator. Empty. Oh, they're both empty. Needs fuel. What's my luck, right? It said there's fuel by the staff room. Is this it? No. Otherwise it said behind reception. Maybe this door? I just heard a weird sound effect. I don't like that. Shock. I don't know what my health is at. So we're going to use that. And we're going to go back in. I think he came from behind this door. I just... couldn't see. But now that means there's going to be more monsters. I feel like down here this guy's gonna turn into a monster. Because they all look like giant stomachs, you know? My only real gripe with the game came down to a bit of audio that played when I finally took damage. Apparently I was avoiding attacks without any issues, but some of the attack sound cues made me think I was hit. Thus I used my only bandage. As it turns out, I possibly never was hit, as getting hit puts you into a state that plays a heartbeat-like sound effect on repeat that honestly blew out OBS and caused my game to max out the audio every time it played. How that happened, I have no clue. It was annoying, but I'm still kind of impressed that I was just playing well, or well enough since the game doesn't have a health bar of any kind except for this game state. Overall, I would recommend this game if you like unique survival horror mechanics and the low poly art style shown here in the footage. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I would say that it's weird in a charming way. Plus, the key art and trailer for Mindscorn look pretty good, and interests me enough to look into playing this game further. Next up is Festered, a game by a studio that has had a game showcased on the channel before. FESS, the devs behind Loathful, are back with a PSX-styled game set deep within the Orion Laboratory, in an abandoned and isolated sector where contamination has been allowed to run wild and take control. As with the demo, it is likely that the main game will include 2 difficulty modes, but the main gimmick is the use of permadeath mechanics, where you only have 3 lives to explore and survive. But something to keep in mind is that the gameplay is dynamic, with the environments and maps being randomly generated and offering more unique challenges for each run that you dive into. Similar to Loathful, the game is dark, but after raising the gamma slider and finding out how to use the flashlight, the map brightens up. The demo starts off with a minute sequence where the lockdown activates, sending you running to the security office in order to survive. After this time-sensitive period, you are directed to a console which will be your friend here and in the main game.
Founded in 1981, Orion's laboratory has remained at the forefront of innovation, serving as a trusted partner in securing a safer and brighter future. With state-of-the-art facilities and a dedicated team, Orion continues to shape the future in ways most could only imagine. Why are you in this place? You have been selected as the best of the best to work at Orion's laboratory, advancing the future and help developing cutting-edge technologies.
This intro is quite clean.
You will be assigned the role
I really like it.
Security Officer. You may be asking, is this job dangerous?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Potential risks include exposure to hazardous materials, unanticipated containment failures, personnel attempting unauthorized access. Please remember that working at Orion's laboratory must remain strictly confidential. And for the most productive among you,
This terminal allows you to input commands and read documentation, which you will likely find during your exploration. With the console element in mind, you can open locked doors or use the map feature to find out where you are and plan out a route to get to whatever you might need to do. However, in my playthrough, before I really could do anything with the map, the power was out, and nothing would work until the generators were turned back on, so I had to explore the darkness with no knowledge at my disposal. This meant that I was following blood trails, staring at contamination in the bathrooms, and stumbling my way around the facility. Okay. Breach detected, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Launching lockdown assistant. Uh-oh. Running scripts. Hello. Please say hello back, you know. Password authenticated. Breach detected. The Orion laboratory is now under complete lockdown. Persistence. Type. Run lockdown scan. Press enter. Run lockdown scan. Scanning. Mutagenics Research Wing, contaminated. Experimental Wing, contaminated. Genetics Research Lab, contaminated. Pharmaceuticals, contaminated. Synthetics. Oh, we have a synthetic organ farm. Storage facilities, secure. Bioengineering, contaminated. Maintenance room, secure. Mortuary chamber, contaminated. Decontamination chamber, control, secure. And the control room is secure. I'm assuming there's way more. Facility status report. 85%, 90% containment. Most of the facility is currently contaminated, triggering an automatic lockdown procedure. As a result, all accessible rooms that are secured have been locked to prevent the contamination from spreading further. You should exit from the control room and access other locked rooms of the facility. While under lockdown, please consult the documentation on this terminal. The command prompt will now restart, granting unrestricted access for further navigation. Restarting. Warning. Failure to comply with laboratory procedures protocols will result in immediate termination of employment and potential legal actions. For assistance, type help and press enter. Okay. Documentation. Okay. Download. Greetings. Log. Oh. Help. Help. Oh, read. We just read it. Okay. And then unlock doors. Okay. Read. Greetings.log. Various functions. Welcome to the facility. Productive day. Read. Lockdown. Door. Guide.log. Unlock door 0. Okay. And then read protective gear manual log. Decontamination room adjacent to the control room. After using the suit, prevent the spreads. All hazmat suits are equipped with standard features. Keep an eye on your oxygen level. If your past to die, your items will drop to the floor. You can pick them later. There are monsters roaming about, appearing to be contaminated workers whose hazmat suits broke or tore as some sort of glowing material spills out. And you yourself need to utilize a hazmat suit to traverse this environment, with an oxygen meter keeping your exploration limited. After turning on the generators, I found a strange device that scans signals and the monster that roamed about. With a bit of fear in my heart, I ran back to my security office and locked the door. Sometime later, while I was staring at the map console, the monster walked right past the windows. From my own experience of having issues from horror games from time to time, I think I had some fun with the whole thing, but I did quit a little too soon due to me being a scaredy pants. If you want a survival horror game where you explore a contaminated research facility, I think you should try Festered by Fyrestrike out for yourself. To end off this showcase, here's one that is somewhat shorter than the others. Evil Lurks Below by Kraken Inc. is the story of a detective who is looking into the strange case of the missing Gilman family. This case connects to various locations, but the game's prologue and demo consist of one: the sewers. The game utilizes a PSX aesthetic, which limits some assets such as the missing posters in the prologue, but it really just adds to the game's charm as the devs put effort into making the world feel lived in, or abandoned, your choice. Additionally, this low poly look allows the player to use their imagination a little bit, and details can be a little more obvious to the player. And and while the demo is shorter, that's due to the game's duration being listed at about 120 minutes, or 2 hours on the Steam page. From my short time with it, I liked it. A few minutes into it, I started feeling a bit claustrophobic and a sense of dread wrapping around me. I don't know if this was the audio or just how the area built it up, but I didn't like it in the best horror-filled way. So here's my time with the game's demo to cap off this genre showcase. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye. The evil lurks below. I think the only accessible thing is the prologue. So let's just figure this out. Video, graphics. I'm going to turn up the brightness a little bit. Does that actually affect the main menu? It does, okay. Which lets you see. Audio, we're going to turn the masters down to 80. And there we go. Let's get right into it. Are you really going down there, Ethan? It's just a stupid legend. The Goen family did not disappear because of some cursed sewer tunnel. What if they did? I mean, you have to gotta admit, it's a little creepy, right? You're not scared, are you? Scared? Please, I'll be back up before you can even start making ghost jokes. Just don't scream if you see a rat. Or whatever else might be down there. Alright, seriously, don't go too far. This place gives me the creeps. We'll stay up here and keep watch. I'll see you soon. Evil lurks below. Alright, with DPI. Already I'm intrigued. Okay, there's crouching. And toggle the flashlight. I don't know why you'd want to toggle the flashlight. Maybe in lit areas. Because I magically stepped on a stick. It's still very dark. You know? I don't know what to say, honestly. Okay, there's two routes to take. One goes down, the other one goes over here. Oh, now we're lost. A power room. The cursor highlights. Oh. I just grabbed it because I felt like I needed to come down here. Glad I did, though. Now we're going to take this valve. Where? I feel like I'm supposed to go this way. The light is indicating, hey, call us missing. He kind of looks like an off-brand Harry Potter. So does he. Or no, sorry, he looks like something else. Why are there so many missing people posters down here? There's two. I don't like that. Like, honestly, you keep stepping on sticks. I would leave by now. Or I wouldn't even come down here. Okay, water now. Okay, that's blood. I'm assuming for this you need like a gun or something to blow it up, but vision getting fuzzy. But blood on a box. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, honestly. Which is good in a survival horror game, but personally, it's very dark, so you know, it's messing with me a little bit more. A lantern. All these toxic. Okay, that. You have to go this way. A lot of toxic barrels, flammable barrels, which kind of indicate that something is down here. What? I don't know, but A lot of crouching now, so we get into using it, but also to lock us in here. You know? Okay, there's no way forward, but this way. Okay, there's a thing that popped up on my screen, kind of like a VHS tape. It's locked. Oh. Did the door just... I was about to say... Okay. Hello? Anyone there? Maybe I don't... It's a survival horror game, it said. Oh, there's all the posters again. Okay, those are new. Those are like little kids and a mother. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Tell me just a friend. There's food down here. Why is there all this stuff down here if we're in the sewers? You should not have come in here. The passcode is 2079. The safe passcode. I'm assuming... Okay, it explicitly says... Is it over here? Is that the safe? Okay. 2079. Was I supposed to run? Ouch, my head. What happened? Hey, where am I? Let me out of here. You really made this easy for me, you know. Walking right into this place saved me a lot of effort. Now go find your friends. I'm sure they will appreciate the company. No, don't you dare touch them. Leave me out of this. Laura, Ryan, stay away from here. Is that it? That scared me. Okay, that's a very short demo. Very short. Creepy. Very creepy.